Welcome back into Saturday Daybreak. Who doesn't love duck for breakfast, right?
I know. Maybe dinner, but I'll have it for breakfast,
We're
too.
getting the royal treatment here this morning because the Oak Street Bistro, they're here from Conway. Pam Trent and Dan Salvensen, who's the executive chef. Pam Trent, the owner. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And nothing really says fall more like duck. Duck
Especially in
such
Arkansas.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so duck two ways. What are the two ways that you're going to be preparing it?
Okay, I do a pan-seared duck breast and then a confit duck leg. Confit is a slow cooked in its own fat for about 2-3 hours.
Oh, that sounds
Take it out, falls right off the bone, and it's very delicious.
Wow. All right. So what do you have here this morning?
Okay. Well, this is the duck here. It's the confit. It's already done, so I'm just going to heat it up by placing it in the pan here, and then I have the pan-seared duck breast, which I brought kind of pre-done because it takes a while. But also going to heat that up as well. The rest of my components consists of spätzle. It's a German-type pasta, almost like a dumpling.
And you were talking about this, my grandmother, she was German, and I remember that around the house.
Yes.
Yep.
It smells good, too. Even you haven't done anything to the spätzle yet.
Not yet, no. And I just take it in the pan real quick, sear it, melt it with butter, and plate it away.
Ooh, that
so,
sounds good.
Like I said, I brought most of these things kind of pre-done to
Great.
get things flowing. So.
All right. So you're just going to warm that up. You said you cooked that for 2 hours?
This confit part over here,
Yeah.
I do, yes.
Just
Wow.
slow cooking?
Yes, in its own fat, low temperature, and just let it go.
All right.
We bought whole duck, and he broke all the duck pieces down, took the liver out, and broke the meat off the bones, soaked it in oil, and cooked it for hours to get the confit. So
Ooh,
it is a
wow.
long process, and well worth it once you get to the
Absolutely.
table and taste it. It is going to be a great
It
menu.
smells wonderful.
It does. It smells great. And Pam, is this something that's on your menu all the time, or is this just a seasonal thing?
We are changing the menu in October, and this will be one of the fall menu items that will go on the menu.
What are some of the other fall menu items?
We're going to be doing a bone-in pork chop with a apple and onion glaze. We do our steaks, our ribeyes, our tenderloins, New York strips, and so we'll put fall components with that to, get in the season. We'll be doing specialty desserts. So we just are, headed in that fall direction.
Yeah.
Chicken pot pie and
That sounds good.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
you know,
chicken
On a
pot
cooler
pie.
fall day.
yeah.
What did you just put in there? You put a little butter and then something else?
I put a little butter and some herbs. Consists of thyme, rosemary, and parsley. And it's kind of the house herb staple at Oak Street. So.
Okay. And are you just warming that up as well?
I am. And while these two are resting, I'm going to go ahead and start the plating here. Now here I have some sweet potato puree, and I've actually made it spicy, so I call it spicy sweet potato puree.
What did you use to make it spicy?
A little cayenne and red pepper flakes.
Interesting.
Yes, it's very good.
That's something I wouldn't think to do, but that makes sense because who doesn't love sweet and spicy
Right.
together?
Absolutely.
It's a great combination.
Yes.
All right. And then
Now that the duck's rested so it doesn't bleed out when you cut it, I go and make my cuts on that right there.
yeah.
Kind of fan it out and see that pink
Beautiful.
color in here once
That
I get it
looks
on the
great.
plate.
And you really have that nice skin on duck, which is what
Right.
you
Right.
really
That
want, right?
that
Absolutely, and it's
crispiness.
very crispy because there's nothing better than a crispy piece of duck skin. And they say that there's nothing worse than a soggy one.
That's true. That's true.
Now that the spetzel's kind of cooked up in the pan there.
Spetzel.
Yes.
Ooh, it looks beautiful.
Smells great. Looks
I know.
great.
I
The
wish we had
presentation is-
smell-o-vision so all of you could smell it at home. It
Look at the
smells great in
presentation
here.
of this, what you did with the puree sweet potatoes.
And we want to also let everyone know too, if you're going to be willing to try this kind of recipe, which is definitely pretty complicated.
It is.
We have the recipe on our website at KATV.com, but you can always go to the Oak Street Bistro, and they can take care of you there.
Yes,
If you're
yes.
not as adventurous in the kitchen, I'm not. For sure. My skills are not this good, but this is beautiful. Thank you so much. And you also brought, this looks like some orange rind. What
I'm
would
gonna
be for that?
go ahead and sauce these up. I have a molasses port reduction sauce that I did. That goes right there on top of that
wow.
duck breast.
Wow.
So now you have something sweet going against that spicy contrast that I had in the spicy sweet potato.
Looks wonderful.
Beautiful.
Let's get into some weather